Game number one about to be underway. The teams are loaded in, and we are excited to present the second semifinals.
Second semifinals of the day. Again, best of 7 here. Desert Vista taking on Basha. And we haven't obviously been able to see these teams at least quite yet here on LAN. But we certainly got a picture that kind of arose from that last series with what Valley Christian was bringing to the table. And we talked about it, you know, if I'm Desert Vista or Basha, I'm looking at, you know, what am I about to play against?
Yeah.
You know what you got to go up against, but now you got to go up against a new opponent first. And Pro Jazzy for Basha going to strike first.
Okay, and this is going to be a lot more of a tight competition than maybe we previously anticipated. And that's off of a whiff there out of Desert Vista, unable to get the clear. Pro Jazzy comes through, and as long as he's making a touch towards the net, that's going to sink in, get the first goal for Basha.
Good looks from Basha early. For Desert Vista now trying to fight back. Here's Luke with full boost. Doesn't have a lot of options here. Just going to carry, wait for his team. His team has full boost as well, and trying to keep a hold of it. This one dangerously bouncing to the back wall. Snowman's going to get up and ensure that that one is not a clean clear for Basha. And Desert Vista finding some form here in the final third, just holding in Basha, corralling them to their own side.
Yep. But we'll see how the defense can handle this now. I mean, that was an issue with Campo Verde in the last series. They were unable, unfortunately, to, you know, find boost, find their rotation after all that pressure. And it looks like the same thing almost happened, but there's an incredible save from Brain Stoppage.
Some good control, though, from Desert Vista. Basha struggling to get a hold of this, but great from Brain Stoppage here, just to hold on to this ball. Hoping that his team moves downfield as well. Luke, lots of boost, lots of time, and he's got the space in front of him, letting this one drop down. It's dangerously bouncing off the crossbar just under it, and Luke finds his equalizer.
Oh, and that's some high-flying action right now to Desert Vista. First touch, beautiful follow-up dunk on Pro Jazzy, and that looks like some revenge. Pro Jazzy got that earlier goal, and now they're slam dunking on Basha.
And tough for Vengeance Fire there, sitting in net. Not much he could do. Trying to read that dunk is real hard. You're really just expecting that one to kind of parry down towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Or to the floor, but now Nick has a free shot on target. He missed. He had the near post. It was a tight angle, but certainly scoreable. Now Luke trying to use his flip reset off the ceiling. Follow up from Snowman's there as well, and Desert Vista still hunting for another.
Hunting for another, and they might just find it with a touch like that from Nick. Flip reset opportunity, but instead he leaves it for Luke. A lot of good shots, a lot of good teamwork off the backboard. Whiff from the save. Luke can't get the follow-up on target. It looks like the accuracy plaguing them, but as long as the pressure's here, you might see a mistake from Basha.
Vengeance Fire with a back pass there. It was a little dangerous, but it did pay out. Nick, 52 boost to work with. To the sky he goes, pass over Snowman. Snowman's there, shot on target. Perfectly placed from Snowman, and a gain lead for Desert Vista.
You can see that's the player we saw in the interview. He's out here just having a good time, and certainly is with a goal like that. What a shot, accurate into the bottom left. 2-1 for Desert Vista. Still a close one, but all the pressure has pretty much been one-sided. As we do see Basha win a kickoff. Let's see what they can attempt on the opposition side. Good first touch. Looks like the mechanics are trying to connect, but can't get that flip reset. Double commit, and that's not going to be a good look for Basha. Another goal goes in for Vista, and this one might be the easiest so far.
Yeah, tough with the miscommunication, Brain Stoppage, and Vengeance Fire getting tied up. And for Luke, I mean, that's just a training pack right there.
Yeah. I mean, you got to practice those, though. You still got to practice the training packs as we do get an admin pause. Not sure what's going on. We're going to go ahead and fix that technical issue as we do. Just take a look at the landscape. See what's going on, Corelli.
Yeah, that's right. Take a look at Desert Vista. Now, Desert Vista, I mean, I like their jerseys.
Their jerseys are nice, man.
It's pretty clean. They got the Under Armour sponsor on there as well. Desert Vista looking clean, and certainly so far it's been quite good for them, capitalizing on mistakes, but also generating their own chances too is important to get both of those. Oftentimes, as you move up in levels as well, teams don't make as many mistakes, and at that point, you have to generate your own chance. It's like the NRGs from old, you know, a few years back, right? They just capitalized on mistakes from teams, but never really generated their own attack.
Yeah. And how do you get out of that slump where you're not really making your own opportunities?
They're not in that slump.
But if that was the case, I mean, that was the issue we saw. They couldn't get out of it, Campo Verde.
Campo Verde certainly had issues, and I think for Valley Christian, they outclassed them in every position. But for Basha, they're keeping up with Desert Vista here, and this series is much closer. I mean, that last goal was just off of a mistake, right? That was just a clear miscommunication, not so much being outpaced.
And those are the worst ones. Whenever you're a player in this environment, in this setting, you know, freebies like that one are where you get in your head, because it's one thing to see a flip reset go in and you're like, okay, I can't stop that, or at least that was a good shot. But to give away a free one, you're going to be kicking yourself for just, you know, not setting your team up in the way that you would like to, and especially whenever there's pressure on the line and a lot of prizes. You know, you've got pride for these high schools. You're representing an entire high school. You want to show up. You want to do your best. And right now, as we get an overview of the landscape, look at the little arena we got.
It looks good.
It looks good.
Look at the setups. It actually looks tiny in there. It's much bigger than that, I promise. I don't know why.
I don't know. It looks kind of big from this angle.
Well, the room looks big. The setup looks tiny, but it's great. Little eight computer setup. Players are certainly getting settled back in there. We're good to go. I'm getting the thumbs up, so let's go ahead and check out the gameplay here and get back into it.
Gameplay underway. We are back, and quite surprising. I mean, we don't have a big team here to fix technical issues. We've got
one guy.
We've got one guy. We've got Abe just coming in clutch right now, and he's been doing a fantastic job.
And Dave. Dave and Abe.
Oh, and now we got Luke. I mean, he's getting a little piece of the pie, but it's going to be in game. 4-1. Desert Vista picking up right where they left off.
A little flip reset there as well. I think he got it right. Oh, no, he didn't use it. I don't know if he did. He might not have gotten the front wheels on it, but for Luke, what a way to start off the pause.
He can say he did. You know, we'll never know.
You know what? No,
we'll never know.
He got it.
Take it back. Say he got the flip reset.
That's right.
3-goal lead. Desert Vista on fire. And I was a little bit surprised, I'd say, just to see that first goal for Basha go in. And I thought maybe we had a game on our hands, but Desert Vista quick to find their footing.
Yeah, Desert Vista definitely showing a lot more teamwork, I think, here in this series, whereas Valley Christian, they just had, like, players taking over the game. But Desert Vista very cohesive on their attack.
Yeah, it does feel a lot more like a unit.
Yeah, a lot more of a unit. And, I mean, either way is fine. I mean, for Valley Christian, they just kind of bulldozed over their competition. But here, Desert Vista using everyone, getting involved, stretching out the defense here. You see this one just floating in front of the box. Little demo in front of the net as well. Flashbang. The defense couldn't see the ball. Snowman does not get the read. Nick gonna have to clean it up and puts that one wide.
Nice little bounce there on the backboard. Nick wants to get a follow-up. There's nobody from Basha up in the air until late, and Snowman just didn't want to bite on it. Instead, it looks like they're opting to keep pressure forward, which I think is definitely the smartest choice here. I don't see them getting too eager, too greedy for any goals. They're just waiting for opportunities, Corelli. And at this point, if you got a 3-goal lead, that's what you do. You don't overextend. Why risk it when you're looking to take a clean victory in game number 1?
By the way, speaking of clean, that's a great shot from Brain Stoppage. Putting that one on target. Not an easy angle to find if you're Brain Stoppage, and having to find that angle out of the corner. The small gap in the defense of Desert Vista is exploited on that shot. And now the lead, only by 2 with 1:05 left on the clock. Plenty of time. It's 20% of the game left here for Basha. Opportunity to make a difference.
And we'll have to see how these players can adapt now. But I thought maybe we'd see a little bit of a budge for Basha and have some airway to make a move forward, but Desert Vista quick to shut them down. And that is a delightful little goal.
Real little air dribble bump. Some may call that an air dribble cringe.
Okay. Some.
Not for me.
No, I mean, it's strategic.
Part of the game.
Why is cringe these strategic things? You know what's cringe, Corelli?
Oh.
Not winning. That's what's cringe, dude, okay?
Well, we'll find out. I think this year, I don't know what to say to that.
Don't say, oh no, every time I speak,
I don't know what that means. It sounds like a jaded high school football coach that never has won anything, you know?
I sound like somebody who has not been in high school in a while. Yeah. That's exactly what I sound like.
What are you, 42?
I'm 47 in April. Here comes Snowman. What do you got from the corner? Nice little pass. And you can see they are using each other a lot more. Valley Christian, I don't know if it was, they just had the space to go for solo play, so they would. But it seems like Desert Vista, they are utilizing everybody, all this space, and finding those passes, threading the needle as we approach the final 5.
Yeah, I really like the way Desert Vista's approached this game, but I don't really think it was horrible from Basha. Just got caught out, a little miscommunication there midway through the game before the pause as well. And so for Desert Vista, up 1-0 in this best of 7. Confidence, I think, coming out from them. And cohesion as well. And look at the goals. 4 goals on 4 assists. Everything perfect. Well, actually, they had 5 goals. Sorry.
Yeah,
they didn't get the assist on
Come on, old man. You're not counting either.
Luke and Nick, they got the connection.
Yeah, I mean, every single time, well, besides one of them, was assisted, like you mentioned. And that's huge. I mean, you're connecting with your team. In my opinion, whenever you're on a LAN, it's one thing to get those solo plays, and that obviously is like, okay, everybody individually is feeling good, but you win games as a team, Corelli. It's a team sport. It's a team game, and that is the most important thing that needs to be firing on all cylinders, and we've gotten that so far. As we take a now look at the overall landscape of the event, the arena, we got a nice little TV set up for the spectators. We got it all.
We got it all, crowd. Man. A packed arena of 50,000 people here.
Did your high school have an esports club when you were in high school?
I don't think so.
I didn't have one.
I went to Desert Vista. Yeah. I don't think they did.
I just remember I didn't want to tell anybody that I played computer games because I thought I'd get made fun of.
Honestly, I remember a lot of kids playing. It was not Rocket League, obviously, but yeah, we didn't have a club, so it's pretty cool. I mean, look, these guys not only are a team, they have jerseys, they have coaches, they have faculty that are part of the program, they have school funding.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the real deal. I mean, look, both these teams are setting up with their own jerseys, and they got sponsors and everything, so it's pretty cool to see. It's come a long way, and in a very short amount of time as well. I mean, it wasn't that long ago for us, but still, like...
I mean, esports kind of blew up recently, as we do have another pause on the game. We'll go ahead and just jump back into the room cam. Actually, you know what? Let's get up and close. Let's get up and close.
There we go.
We've got a little bit more control here too, Curly, which is nice. You know, normally when we're sitting here casting games, we're just getting yelled at on what to do. And now we get to dominate. And you know what? Let's actually get back into the game.
We're casters and producers.
That's right.
So. Finally, if it is our fault that the game doesn't start, it actually is the caster's fault.
Yeah.
We're not holding
I mean,
sort of.
Well, sort of. Sometimes it's not, but most of the time you can blame us. Brain stoppage, nice save on the goal line. 4:42. It's been 20 seconds into game number 2, and we've already got an onslaught of shots out of Desert Vista. They just keep it coming. Orange team dominating in this blue half.
Yeah, Desert Vista probably should have had one already. They put that shot wide.
There
and
it
the
is.
there,
Oh,
Nick
my
couldn't put it home. Snowman trying to get up. No double tap for him, and Desert Vista knocking on the door, but it stays shut.
Stays shut indeed. Maybe a follow-up from Snowman. Can't get into the corner. We're not getting any 50-50s, and Basha breaking out for the first time in quite some while. But back we go into the defensive half. Not able to connect, Corelli. No transitions, and almost an opportunity for Desert Vista.
Yeah, Basha hanging on there. On their goal line, trying to get a hold of this ball. No boost. For a lot of Basha players as well. Nick low boost. Trying to take this challenge. It pops out to Snowman, and the defense is there. Basha doing a good job of putting a hand up, but they got to get in front of this one. Great shot from Snowman, but a save. Follow up from Lucas. Saved again. Basha hanging on again, makes another save. And Desert Vista denied 3 times in a row.
That is the best defense we've seen and might see all day. Basha, incredible stance there on the goal line, blocking every shot. And that was 4 consecutive attempts.
My gosh. Now Nick pre-jumps the pass. Snowman couldn't hit him, but my goodness. I mean, great job from both sides. Desert Vista putting on the pressure, and unfortunately, after all that, Turtle, an own goal.
Can you blame him, though, Corelli? You are under so much pressure. And, of course, it's an unfortunate free flip. You can't even get out of the way. Yeah. Unlucky indeed.
He certainly was not even trying to get a touch on that ball. By the way, Vintage Fire, he's got a great fit on. You know what I mean?
Dude, he's fitted up.
He's got the lime green car with the little strawberry topper. We were talking about the toppers earlier.
Yeah, we're not seeing as many toppers in this game. This is more serious. I mean, this Nick car right here, this is the sweatiest car I've ever seen. The only thing, it's like a wannabe Alpha Boost, though.
Oh, no. We got the Cloud9 decal as well. I'm always curious what people are using, especially outside of the pro world.
Oh. Now, more pressure unfolding for Desert Vista. It's all up to Basha and the way that they want to approach some type of comeback. They've kept it within 1. This is a much better game, a closer one at that, but as I say it, still under more pressure. Shots firing, still denied. Defense has been immaculate. Just that one unfortunate own goal, Corelli.
Yeah, the one own goal is the separator right now, but the backfield is open. Snowman, can he get there with no boost? He does! Off the crossbar again for Desert Vista. They have been so close on so many shots, and somehow they sit with just a 1-goal lead.
So close on so many shots, but that's not going to cut it, okay? You need even more.
Oh my gosh, they went wide again.
That one's still off the left post. They just can't catch a break, but they're still in the lead by 1. And at this point, it's a matter of just controlling your own emotions, as you could hear. They're getting closer and closer. Basha, fantastic defense. Slightly off on the offense.
Desert Vista, oh so close. Another shot, that one going wide again. They're painting around the frame here. Nick flip reset, gets back to it again, goes wide. Desert Vista
That's a
setting
double
the
commit,
house.
that's a double commit, and
It's
the
an
demo.
open net. The demo might get it back in time. Pro Jazzy got to put this one on target. Nick, can he dive across? He can't. And Basha find their equalizer.
Over committing. You had two players going up for the same shot, and that means you get to walk the ball home. Pro Jazzy, a free one, and they're feeling good. They were holding on for dear life, Corelli.
A huge sigh of relief, too, with all that defensive pressure. They come out not only on top defensively, but then turn that into a counterattack and equalize this game, one that Desert Vista's been in the lead for the majority of.
Now things have flattened out. Even scoreline. What more do Basha have to offer? Desert Vista are certainly feeling the pressure for the first time. And we'll see if they crumble under it.
Got to have a bit more confidence coming out from Basha. Now that goal, huge for them to get back into this second game. Desert Vista trying to go back to their bread and butter, just keeping that possession. Low boost for Pro Jazzy. He can't get up Luke. Coming back down. Less than a minute to go. Desert Vista. They have gone wide on so many shots, but they just need one more. This one over to Nick, pass over to Luke. Luke, I don't think, can catch up to this one in time. Brain stoppage there.
A lot of boost stealing out of Desert Vista. Basha are going to be under a lot of pressure right now, and you can see nobody can even get up right for the challenge.
Great clear.
And that's going to alleviate a lot of the pressure. All of Desert Vista running back on the defense. Not the best touch. That's going to be out of the midfield, but Nick, apparently, he had it calculated and a good flick forward.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected Nick to pass to himself on his own back wall. Unfortunately, DV couldn't catch up to the play. Pro
10
Jazz,
seconds.
Dangerous ball to the backboard, but a great clear into the midfield. No one's home. Zero boost for Vengeance
no
Fire.
way.
Snowman, this one's going to bounce back up for a second. It's still up. And DB can't get to it in time. Overtime, our first one of the day.
First
Turtle.
OT. First OT, and who would have thought it's Basha up against Desert Vista. And this has been a nail-biter of a series. Nail-biter of a game number 2, but it's ended with style.
Nick calls game. Full boost and momentum behind on the flip over the last man.
Oh, and that's just crushing if you're Basha. You fought tooth and nail to get into that OT. You found the equalizer, and then 7 seconds in, things get ended. That is a painful one, and you're going to be thinking about that for the rest of the series.
And that's a well-fought fight from Basha, one that, I mean, they really had to resurrect. They were backs against the wall for the majority of that game, and for them to battle back, not only find their equalizer, but then put it to Desert Vista, a team that's put on so many shots. I mean, look, what is this, 15, 18 shots?
18 shots for Desert Vista. To 4.
I mean, for Desert Vista, this game should have been a 6-1 for them in the way that they were shooting. So many shots going wide.
Yeah. I mean, we just expected to see a more confident game out of Desert Vista, and not saying it wasn't a great performance as they did take the win, but Basha has surprised me. They really kept it close. I loved the defense. You remember those 4 to 5 saves in a row just to keep them within 1. Unfortunately, they did end up getting that own goal, but overall, a ridiculous game number 2. And one that I'm gonna be thinking about, probably for the rest of the day here, Corelli.
It's gonna stick with you that much.
I mean, I really like that game. I honestly came in pretty biased towards Desert Vista. I'm not sure why.
Wow.
It was kind of it was the talk of the land. I thought that maybe we would see another lopsided game, but no, they've kept it so close. And
us Desert Vista-ers, we have that effect on people. You know.
Okay.
People want to be us.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't. What high school do you go to?
I went to Desert Ridge, bro. Okay. We had like
we can adopt you. You're close enough.
I don't think we had the budget for an esports club.
Desert Ridge, Desert Vista.
Yeah.
You're close enough. We'll take it. Get into game 3. Desert Vista up 2-0 in this best of 7. Reminder, it is a best of 7. We're guaranteed at least this game and another if Desert Vista were to win out, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Not with shots like that from Pro Jazzy. 1-0 lead for Basha.
Pro Jazzy, just a ridiculous shot into the top left. That's not the best clear to Snowman. And even got a second touch, but the reaction on that flip from Jazzy, what an incredible angle. And just the ability to react in time was really top quality.
And the power behind it, too. That's the most important part. Putting it to the far side with power. Now Snowman flick towards net, will not find it. Pro Jazzy making sure that one's turned away and onto the other side of the field as well, trying to pinch this one back down. Nick, great control. He had everyone chasing after him. And calmly takes this one across the field. And still fighting for it is Nick all the way down for Basha. They've allowed a lot of space to Desert Vista to kind of chase after him, but now a
that was
shot
almost in.
immediately denied from Desert Vista.
Basha are actually pushing forward a lot more. Vengeance Fire, a little bit anxious in the net, but his teammates have him covered. Pro Jazzy has been the rock of that defense, huge clears, and he's always punishing, it feels like, on the other side.
And he had a huge opportunity there just to wind up and take a shot on target. Maybe a lower percentage, but still a chance. This one coming across the box for DV, and Nick can't hold on to it. Pro Jazzy all over it. Pro Jazzy's done a great job of reading the game, especially with what Desert Vista's given him. Snowman, can he take this one all the way? No. Wow. It's Pro Jazzy again. What an angle from Nick, but brain stoppage is there, and somehow Basha, they always got that last man.
They've always got that last rotation coming through, even on 0 boost. Look at brain stoppage go, moving forward, putting the team on his back. And like you said, there's always one extra player where you don't expect them to get the save. And at this point, you can talk a little bit about frustration. Maybe Desert Vista would get frustrated, but that's not the case because Snowman is popping off on screen.
Yeah, great shot from Snowman, and he's always been in the mix here. This one coming out. Tough angle for him to get around, but well placed away from the defense, away from the play as well. And for Basha, just couldn't do much about it. So we're all tied up. One goes for kickoff.
Fake kickoff.
Basha. I like the fakes. Fortunately, no boost for Pro Jazzy. I mean, even if he got a good touch, he was not going anywhere. Unfortunately, he was the wrong guy to pick that one up.
Wrong guy, right time.
Yeah, wrong guy in the right place.
That's right.
Here's Vengeance Fire for Basha. This has been a much closer series than our last, but for different reasons,
Luke?
right? Like this isn't, oh my gosh,
Luke, dude.
Putting that one down and
There
away.
it
You
is.
can even hear it from the crowd. They're like, oh man. Just the finesse behind this one from Luke. Great pass from Nick as well, using the corner to pop out towards his team. Just a kiss under the crossbar as well.
It's going to be shots like that that are needed to get through the Basha defense. They've got to work hard if you're Desert Vista. Or Vista, excuse me. I keep pronouncing your school wrong. I hope you don't.
Don't you dare
I'm so sorry.
mispronounce my school.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean it. I don't mean it.
Don't do that to me.
Snowman, beautiful shot. You need the precision to get through this titanium wall that is Basha. But it's still just a 1-goal lead. And I'd say that Basha have aged like fine wine in this series. They have just found better and better rotations, but still not enough to take down Desert Vista in a single game. And that goal almost slipped in. Pro Jazzy doing everything he can to keep it out. Here we go, another one. Pro Jazzy trying to put the team on his back, move forward. Brain stoppage through the corner. Good follow-up on the 50-50. It's up high. Even better speed out of Pro Jazzy, but where's the finishing shot? They can't get an angle.
Yeah, tough. Desert Vista was set up well there. Pro Jazzy, I think, trying to get involved just to keep that one in a dangerous spot, but couldn't find the touch. Now Luke picks this one up. He's got boost to work, but tried to flick this one towards the corner. I think he wanted a bit more on that. And brain stoppage through 2. Trying to get the counterattack going, but Snowman does well to break it up, but it's still in the hands of Pro Jazzy, who unfortunately booms it to the other corner. Nick says he had enough. They'll throw it downfield.
Trying to grab the corner. Boost 2 was brain stoppage. Didn't find it. Nick, he just wants to keep this one to himself. Looks like he's freestyling under the ball a little bit.
He's going crazy with it. Pro Jazzy waiting for someone to come take this one away. Nick and Luke combine. They'll pinch it to their corner. And another little touch. Vengeance Fire with no boost. Can't get the touch. Bump from Nick is there, but no follow-up from Desert Vista.
Oh, that's a team bump too. Looks like the rotation's slightly breaking. But here comes the speed out of Snowman. Everybody out of Basha has to run back in place. But brain stoppage, look at the solo play. And he's backing it up too on the ball with the 50-50. Luke high up in the sky. Flip reset opportunity, doesn't find any contact. And the Basha defense will hold strong, but it can't just be defense in the final 45. You've got to move out.
Just down a goal for Basha. You'd love to get this game back so you don't have to reverse sweep. It's only one, and with 30 seconds left, that's enough time to get down the field. Demo's coming out. Snowman trying to put this one on target. Pro Jazzy's there. And Basha looking for a way out, but suffocating under the pressure of Desert Vista right now.
Suffocating, an understatement. haven't been able to get this ball out of their own half in what feels like minutes. A whiff on the ball from Luke, but Nick is there covering with a 50-50, and this is it right here. This has to be a transition, but they lost it. Vengeance Fire couldn't keep it, and 5 seconds are about to pass. And before we get to the end of the game, Nick is going to put another one in.
And that's a demoralizing one for them because Nick and Snowman really just kind of run into each other, and Nick pinches it off a brain stop. It's just having to take the challenge because he's there, and somehow that's a goal for Desert Vista. So for Basha, unlucky ending to game number 3.
That's not the first time we've seen a bit of misfortune. We had that own goal with the pre-flip.
Yeah.
Now that awkward touch. Desert Vista, it's not unfortunate to them as they're going to take game number 3, and they do it confidently here, Corelli.
And a couple of miscues have really held back Basha, but they've been playing Desert Vista tight. Despite maybe not putting up a ton of shots, they have been able to generate a lot of chances, right? Moving down the field, generating the offense.
Yeah.
And Desert Vista, I mean, they're just shooters, man. They're all over the place. They're not all of them are going in, but they have a lot of shots in their first couple games here, or few games. And I mean, that's what, 13 right there, 13-2 in favor of Desert Vista when it comes to the shooting department. Of course, 3-1 here in game 3. So, Turtle, it will take a reverse sweep from Basha.
It's going to take a lot of responsibility, too, from Pro Jazzy. I think of all the players on Basha, well, I've seen highlights and great plays from all of them. I think Pro Jazzy has a lot of the willpower and I'd say the mechanics to put this team at least in a chance where they can compete against Desert Vista, because while they've kept it close, they've never really gotten the lead, even maintained it. They've just been fighting an uphill battle, what feels like this entire time here, Corelli.
It has been, and I think for Desert Vista, they've done a great job. We pointed it out in game 1. We locked on to it immediately, right? That teamwork, that cohesion moving downfield. You can see why teams are looking out for them. And Desert Vista showing it off here, generating a lot of shots here, and despite maybe not having a high conversion rate, they're converting enough to be up 3-0 in this
I mean,
series.
not every game can be an 11-0, okay? We saw that in the last series. I want it. I like this. I like the lower score line. We're getting more quality, high-quality gameplay. And I think this is also an upgraded defense, too, as we're going to go ahead and jump back into the game. This is going to be the 4th and potentially final one. We'll see how this works out for Desert Vista, as Basha have to find something, and it's not going to work out, apparently.
I was going to say, something went weird there because nobody went for the kickoff on the Basha side, so...
Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe you don't need to go for kickoffs here, buddy.
Well, yes, not going for the kickoff is a strategy.
Oh, man, the Spanish kickoffs, those are so frustrating, where you have somebody go for a demo instead of touching the ball.
Have you seen the double diagonal kickoff where neither of them go?
That just sounds horrible.
It really is.
So
and
they
then
move forward?
No, they both get boost. The both diagonal kickoff guys get boost instead, and they just leave the kickoff. And oftentimes, because it's mirrored on the other side, right? So the opposing team who's on a diagonal kickoff just doesn't know what to do half the time, so they just blast the ball back to you.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
That sounds so frustrating. And then you've got 2 players with full boost, one with most of the boost from the kickoff.
Yes.
And right now we're seeing Desert Vista with most of the boost, stealing every single pad, every single full boost. In the corner, they've got a lot of possession. And Nick is going to win that 50-50 quite monstrously. And wants to follow up from Snowman. It's going to roll in, but of course that defense, it's not going to let it.
Snowman's always there, though. He's staying in the mix, and if he just got a little bit more power on that one, it'd be 1-0 for Desert Vista. But again, you can't count out that Bash defense that has been stellar throughout this game. Yes, they're down 3 games here, but they have turned away so many shots from Desert Vista. Now it's about preventing the shot from happening in the first place. This one's dangerously thrown to the back wall. Pro Jazz is there.
And that's a lot more work, too, to prevent prevent the offense from Desert Vista. And then now you have to worry about going on offense. I mean, they have their work cut out for them. Their hands full and not even too much space to work with. I'd like to see more from Vengeance Fire, too. He was showing at the lower side of the scoreboard. I definitely think he has what it takes to step up. And they're going to need somebody to step up on this field, because so far it's been a little bit of crickets in this series as they are down 3-0, and Luke is going to put in the first one.
And DV, they've always got someone hunting in the box. Doesn't really matter what the play develops into. They've got someone just sitting and waiting, and it's a great play, or a great strategy when there have been a lot of mistakes from the opposition, and that ball just might trickle out in front of you.
Here we go. This is just the same start that we've seen time and time again. So much pressure, so much offense for Desert Vista. Basha are going to find ways to keep it out every once in a while, if not what feels like 80% of the time. They're denying these shots, but you know, that leaves a lot of room still to work for Desert Vista.
Yeah, Desert Vista, they're in their comfortable 1-0 spot right now. I think a lot of our games have gone 1-0. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
you were
2-0
saying?
now.
You were saying?
It's 2-0 now.
2-0.
Snowman, making sure I'm incorrect immediately. But they have been holding on to a 1-goal lead for, I would say, the majority of the time they've played against Basha in all of the games so far.
And I feel like this might bode well for Desert Vista. If you
think
are
so,
up
if they're
against
up 2-0?
Valley Christians. Well, obviously, if they're up 2-0. But, you know, I was thinking about the matchup ahead if we do see them take this series. I think Valley Christians, it was so lopsided that, honestly, that could alter your play style moving forward because you couldn't even get into a tense match yourself, so you're not even sure what it feels like to be under pressure up there. Meanwhile, Desert Vista, they've dealt with some pressure. They've had Basha fighting back and have had to get things under control. And under control, it certainly is 3-0. It looks like they're walking away with the final game.
Yeah, I'm getting worried that the wheels might start falling off the Basha side here as Snowman puts away another. And for Desert Vista, this has been dominance once again. Sitting 3-0 with just over half the game left. Crucial. Now it's up to Basha. Can they show us some offense? Can they put something together? They've got plenty of time. But right now, I feel like Desert Vista entering flow state on their offense. It's a good pinch, though, just to get this one out. This touch might give an opportunity for Basha if they can creep down the field.
They've got half the game, Corelli. Half the game. It's enough time, but just enough. You're looking at a 3-goal deficit. A tall mountain to climb, and now it just got even taller. The altitude is increasing for Desert Vista, and that one hurts.
That one hurts, especially when it feels like, you know, 3 goals is doable. 4 goals starts to get out of the realm of possibility. We have seen plenty of 3-goal comebacks. And it's not like Basha is, you know, completely out of water here.
I'm honestly really impressed with them, and especially that defense. But it's just one of the hardest things in Rocket League is transitioning forward when you're under all the pressure and you have to stand up on defense, then push out and mount an attack. You're thinking to yourself, look, I got the save. Why do I need to keep going, Corelli? I did enough.
I feel like Snowman's doing that on purpose now.
Yeah.
The amount of shots he's hit the post with.
I mean, he's just styling. He doesn't want to extend the lead.
I think he had 3 that went wide. Let's see if he puts this one wide.
Oh, look
no, he's going to pass.
Look at him.
It's good defense there by Pro Jazzy, who's been a defensive rock for Basha. Now they might need him on offense. Vengeance Fire low boost, just trying to stay inside or stay with the play rather.
Maybe a pass in the midfield. Nick looking for Snowman, who just decided to play it safe. And at this point, 1:16 on the clock. Desert Vista have been in the driver's seat for the entire game. A couple of shaky moments where the defense for Basha really was shining through, but that's about it. And everything else has been stamped with the Desert Vista seal of approval.
That's right. Every person that went to Desert Vista gets one of those.
That's right.
Me and myself included. And for Nick, great poise to jump on this one. Seeing that one bounce inside the box is less than ideal for Basha. You know the offense doesn't have much to lose, so they're going to go. And with 1:01 on the clock, Desert Vista in full control. For a lot of these games, they've been quite close, Turtle. I mean, this is going to probably go down as a 4-0 for Desert Vista. But for Basha, they were quite valiant defensively to keep these games close. They were generating some offense early on. This game, as we said, the wheels start to fall off a little bit, and Desert Vista just takes over.
And if you're Basha, you can still feel happy, confident about your performance today. They showed up on defense. Still a lot of great takeaways, but it's just a little bit of a step ahead in the mechanics department and the speed out of DV. But we might get one to go here out of Basha, and we can look forward to our grand finals eventually, which is looking like it's going to be a DV versus Valley Christians unless something crazy happens. We could see brain stoppage.
I don't know if I've seen a 6-goal comeback. I'm not going to lie.
I've never seen that.
No, I think you might have seen a 4-goal comeback.
I've seen a 5-goal. We've seen a 5-goal.
Not counting
where
your
it gets sloppy.
ranked games.
Right. Okay. You didn't have to go there, man.
Sorry.
You didn't have
I'm in your ranked games, so.
Yeah. You're in my ranked games and you're throwing them.
That might be true sometimes.
30 seconds. Is there anything else we could really say about Desert Vista? I mean, this was a great showing for them. Like you said, we got to witness their team passing, their ability to find each other on the field. The solo plays have been solid. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about, as you harped on it earlier, was just the accuracy. I think Snowman and company hit the post a little bit too much, I would like, to be honest. And I think if you're going to get those same opportunities against Valley Christian, you've got to put them away.
Because you're going to get less.
You're going to get less.
So if the conversion is low, that one's got to go in as well. If the conversion's low for Desert Vista going up against Valley Christian, they're going to struggle. So that's a big takeaway, I think, for Desert Vista. Has a great little passing play, but this has been their bread and butter. They take the ball down the sideline to the sidewall.
But that's what you need to take down Valley Christian. You can't solo play and expect to only get those individual plays.
But there's a lot of strength in those 90-degree passes and 45-degree passes out. For Desert Vista, a lot of strength here in this series. 4-0 for Desert Vista High School, taking down Basha. But Basha, this series, especially the first 3 games, Turtle, this was a very, very close series from them. Defensively, I think Basha really showed us what good defense looks like. And for Desert Vista, though, that teamwork, that cohesion that we've harped on so much now, so crucial to their success here in this series. 4-0 for them means it's Valley Christian and Desert Vista in our grand final.
That's what was predicted from most of the people who did watch the group stage to get to this tournament. They said that it was going to be DV up against Valley Christian, and that's exactly what we're seeing. It wasn't as smooth as I'd say Desert Vista wanted, but at the end of the day, still a 4-0 on paper.
4-0 is a 4-0.
A 4-0 is a 4-0. You're right.
Quality win from Desert Vista. And I think we're going to try and get one of them on the mic.
Yeah, see if we can hop on the interview here.
Get one of them to talk to us. Because we did get Valley Christian. So now, I mean, Desert Vista might get kind of the last laugh here. Yeah. At least going, or maybe the first laugh. I don't know.
I mean, the last laugh, the first laugh.
The first laugh.
We'll see what happens. Because I think we're going to get Nick for an interview if he wants to go ahead and sneak back here. I won't swap the camera just yet. But we've got a cozy little setup in the back.
It's maybe too cozy.
Nick, if you want to just, you can just stand back here if you want.
Yeah.
It would have been easier just to go around the other way. But you know what? We take the smooth route, okay? It's all about what's smooth for us. As I'm going to unmute the mic. And Nick, how are you feeling, buddy? How was the win? It was a 4-0. There was some defense there from Basha, but what were the vibes like?
Well, I mean, we went into it with high expectations, but we didn't take it as seriously as we possibly could. But we went into it. We had some warm-up time before, and we had a lot of shots. But we weren't really finishing them. But I mean, the game plan was there. It's just the execution.
So tell me about your warm-ups, because I was walking by. What were you guys doing? I saw you were watching some stuff before.
So we had to watch a little RLCS, because if you watch the pros, you're gonna play like the pros.
There it is.
That's right.
That's the warm-up strat. You gotta watch some some G2.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing.
And then for you individually, I mean, we saw a lot of everything, but in your personal opinion, what do you bring to the squad? What's your role there on this?
I think on this team, I'm more of a facilitator, play around my team, let my teammates do what they want to do, and just play around them, get some passes. I know I'm big on assists. I get a lot of assists on this team, so that's my main role with Jack and Luke.
What do you think about your competition coming up here? I think we were talking about a lot of people expected you and Valley Christian to be in the finals. You guys are now. Any words for them or any thoughts?
I mean, we were watching them earlier. They did pretty well, but we've been playing against them for a while. But they got a new roster this year, so I mean, it's going to be a close one. But I think we got the edge.
Do you like it? Do you feel kind of nervous up there? Or are you just after that first series? Are you settled in now?
I think the first series was a big nerve. It was big for the nerves, so that we just needed that to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I think that was a lot of what it had to do with the execution and whatever on those shots. It was the nerves probably.
Yeah.
But now that those are out of the way, I think we should be fine for the finals.
For sure. Before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Obviously, shout out to my teammates. Shout out to my dog, Modi. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to everyone for allowing me to be here, because I had stuff going on today, so I had to make a lot of changes in my schedule. So shout out to everyone who allowed me to be here today.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for coming up, and good luck in the finals.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll take that headset back.
We'll just steal that one right there. Thank you very much.
Pop that one off real quick.
Dude, shout out to Nick. Shout out to Desert Vista. The boys came through. They did what they expected to.
That's right.
What more do you want, really? What more do you want?
We did what we expected to do.
I mean, are we? Are we really out here doing what we're expected to do?
Who knows?
Who knows?
These days? Who knows? All right. Well, I think that's about it. Let's.
We got one more series to go. One more best of 7.
One more best of 7. It's going to be Desert Vista taking on Valley Christian High School coming up right after this.